Hi everyone, I'm Alice, and tonight is Final Fantasy XIV because I'm just not feeling well enough to play LEGO Dimensions. So, make sure all this stuff's working correctly and then we can get on with it. Got a new sound card, so audio should not be a problem. Just something about those Realtek drivers did not agree. Like, the weirdest thing about the Realtek drivers is when they were installed and they'd get corrupted or whatever was happening, it was also affecting audio output from the new sound card. So to fix it, I basically had to deny the system access to the folder where those drivers were being installed to. It was a whole big thing. Let's see. Let me rearrange a couple windows and we can get going. There we are. And Final Fantasy XIV Online. Sorry, I should have already been logged in and everything, but here we are. Alright, it should come on in a sec now. Once it figures out what it's doing. Ooh, you can see my cursor, so it must be picking it up. Excellent. And here we have it. And see, we've got Stormblood loading screens now, because I finally moved this character into the Stormblood storyline. I actually hadn't realized that the loading screens change depending on what plotline you're on, so that's kind of nice. But we're not going to be doing Stormblood stuff tonight, because that's story stuff that we'd just be picking up right in the middle. Wouldn't make sense to anyone, because there's just all this stuff that happens. Alright, where the hell am I? Oh, I'm in the Stormblood town, whose name I forget. My voice is doubled on stream. Huh. That's a little... Oh, I know why it is. I actually know exactly why it is, and it's because of some testing I was doing the other day. Oops, thank you for pointing that out. Let me fix that real quick. Basically, I have my speakers mirroring my microphone, which, you know, not ideal. Not ideal for this. Properties. No. Apparently I'm wrong, and that it's not set up to listen. Huh. That's strange. Only showing coming through once in the streaming software. Like, I gotta hear how this sounds. I'm confused. Wouldn't be a Squirrel Lily stream without this stuff happening. Squirrel Lily. Wouldn't be a Squirrel Lily stream without this stuff happening. It sounds fine on mine, on my phone. Squirrel Lily. Wouldn't be a Squirrel Lily stream without this. Nice. Oh, okay. Alright, let's do some kind of runs. I'm gonna switch to a more familiar class for this. Or a less familiar class. I can go Dragoon. Dragoon's only level 62. I should probably find a place to repair my gear before I do this. I'm not... Oh, literally right in front of me. That works. Just repair everything. Exciting content. Alright, there we go. And instantly lose connection. That's good. Yeah, we were at 0k up for a second there. Hope that doesn't happen again. Alright, let's just do a basic leveling roulette first. Just a random dungeon. Oh, I probably shouldn't be doing this on DPS because the queues are going to take forever. DPS is kind of easy and boring anyway. Yuffie Hanzo waves to me. I don't see Yuffie Hanzo. But apparently they waved at me. Alright, well if we want the quickest queues, it's going to be Scholar or Dark Knight. Scholar is less stressful for me personally, even though Healer is arguably a more complicated role, but I'm more familiar with it. Right. Now we'll do the leveling roulette. See? Instantaneous. Hopefully it's a good dungeon. Getting frame loss again. Yeah, losing all frames again. Great. Very annoying. If it keeps up at that rate, then I'm gonna restart the modem. Hope that that helps. It'll be fine. If this AFK DPS comes back to their monitor. That's apparently not gonna happen. It's okay, we got a new one. Oh, we got another AFK DPSer. Because DPS queues are so long, this is really common, and I completely understand why it happens. It still gets annoying when you get 5 or 6 of them in a row. I have no spoons, but I must stream is the most metal thing I've ever read. Well, thank you and welcome, Andy. There, finally, we're in. That DPS got back at just the last second. Alright, where are we now? Oh, is this Fenrir? I'm totally okay with Fenrir. That's actually one of my favorite fights. This is Dusk Vigil. That is not Fenrir, I don't think. It's been a while since I've done some of these lower level places. Alright, let's rock. Just following the tank. Oh, did Tank forget his tank stance? No, he's on Shieldo. Just took a lot of damage very quickly there. Turn down my speakers just a tiny bit. So how are y'all doing? Yeah. If you feel you want to talk about it, we're here for you. And Andy is a sleepy. Go. It's actually going really well. One mistake that a lot of people make in this game is pulling 5 or 6 groups at once. They call it big pulls, which is fine in certain cases. It speeds up gameplay if you have people with a lot of AoE stuff. But it slows things way down if you don't have any AoE, because the healer has to focus so hard on healing, rather than outputting extra damage. Watching Teen Wolf, which is so bad, but kind of charming. Yeah. I personally prefer Big Wolf on Campus, which is sort of the unofficial... the original unofficial Teen Wolf adaptation for television. That's an oldie but a goodie. Alright, I should actually... do that. Alright, if no one else is going to finish it off, I will. A Black Mage and a Dragoon, so... both of them tend to not... are classes that tend to not bother finishing off their targets. Because they're concerned with getting out as much damage as possible. Oh, this guy. It's a Mastodon. Ow. Dude, don't snort at me. Jerk. It's all good. I'm a pro. Ugh. Not that pro. Guess he's decided he wants to just target the healer, which is smart, but not normally what his AI does. There we go. That's what I wanted to do last time. There we go. I love having my fairy here. See, this guy I'm usually stuck just healing, which is totally fine. You gotta make up for the ridiculousness of some of his auto-targeting stuff. There we go. Like in that game where I was the book mage and all the goblins loved me in the face. I don't know what game that is, but it sounds amazing. Looks like my whole party more or less knows what they're doing, which is kind of nice. Not necessarily used to that in anything over level 50. Alright, I got you. Freak out. It's all part of my plan. Eye for an eye is so good in situations like that. Causes things to it basically just reflects damage done against the tank. And when he's being attacked by like 30 things, it adds up very quickly. Got a fairly long cooldown though. Yeah, 3 minutes. Oh, whoops, that's my bad. That is totally my bad. The weirdest thing about this game is that people are generally friendly and forgiving of mistakes. Okay, I do not remember how to fight this guy. Okay, I think I remember how to fight this guy. I know that DPS has to take out the healers. Or preferably the everyone, because they will quickly target me. Oh, I remember why I had a hard time with this guy at first, because that friggin' AoE he does, I can barely see. And someone limit braked on him, so that's cute. Utterly unnecessary, but cute. Here we go. See that big red circle there that came up? That is really hard for me to see. Come on, guys, take out the healers. Otherwise, this will take forever. Alright, good. And on to the next floor. Trying to remember what the actual boss of this dungeon is. Like I said, it's not Fenrir. I don't think it's... No, Shiva's a trial. I think it's a dragon. Maybe? Getting through it. Whoops, I totally fucked that up. I thought I did it right, but apparently it didn't register the key press. Hi, Xenon. It's good to see you. Look at all that green damage I can do. Oh, that's the boss up there. That's the griffin or whatever. That's a cute fight. A lot of hiding behind rocks. I'm gonna hit it with my book. I'm gonna hit this wolf with my book. Take that, wolf. Got hit with my book. You're supposed to drag him back onto the stairs. Come on. The frostbite doesn't do a lot, but it does make my job a little bit harder. The wind lays out my path, etc. At least it doesn't summon weird human-faced mammoths like it does in FF9. Hey, I got some things. Really gotta turn those in. Time to defeat Ophinicus. Put up a shield on him and let's get cracking. Not like the Kraken, that's a different boss. F. It's fine. Good, it missed the rock. It can destroy the... Oh, it got that one. That's not ideal. It's fine. I can heal through this if someone gets stuck. As demonstrated. Oop. Get out of there. Such good music, too. Ah, you missed, jerk. Yeah, I mean, same people doing it, right? But it definitely rings like that same very specific style. Ow. Oh, that barely even hurt. There was a time I actually found it very difficult to ration my MP correctly. Oh shit, I got caught. Ah, it's fine, fight's over. Alright, let's toss out this player commendation. Because everyone deserved it. Alright. And I got 3. Wow. That's as many as you can get in a 4-person run, obviously. And now it's raining. Let's see, what should we do next? Oh yeah, there's the Siren Song C. I did that a little while ago. That's an interesting one. We've got a lot of different stuff we can look into. Haven't even done these on this character. Thulkish Thulk, Limitless Blue, the Singularity Reactor, Steps of Faith. Let's see, and then there's raids. Wonder if I can get into the Binding Coil of Bahamut. I have literally never done these before. See if we can get into the Binding Coil of Bahamut. If the... Oh no, that's still like a 14-minute minimum. Well, tell you what, let's go around accessing the Ethernet and just hanging out for a few minutes and see if we get into the Binding Coil of Bahamut in the meantime. Ethernet being fast travel around any particular city. Alright, let's go to the north end of town. So what have you all been up to this week? I've been playing a lot of Overwatch, which is probably not good for me. That's one of those games that I never really want to stream. Oops. Oh, jump over. There we go. What do we got here? More Ethernet. There's a lot of, like, flavor shops over here. You can't actually buy anything at them. They're just here for the NPCs, I guess. Wanting to get into Minecraft again? Well, I'm glad we could stir your interest. I actually had a lot of fun last night, which I didn't expect to, because I've never had fun in Minecraft before. Just gotta do it with the right people, I guess. There we are. Almost done. Well, halfway done. 2 more to go. The Ruby Bazaar and the Thavnarian Consulate. That's a mouthful. I thought so. We can get over this way. So obviously this is my favorite MMORPG of all time, but for quite a while I was playing Champions Online. And that's a really good game that doesn't get enough attention from the people developing it, or supposedly developing it. But you can create characters that look like almost whatever you want. It's full of furries, by the way. I'm not sure if that comes as a shock or not. Is that all of it? It is, according to the map. Unless I'm missing one. It didn't say that I'd attuned to everything, though. It's supposed to give a special message. Oh, did I actually fail to attune to this one? Looks like I did. Not sure how I managed that. That's fine, we'll just go to it now. Chock-a-book full of furries, yep. But my character was my main character was a girl made of slime, or actually nanobots, which I didn't actually find out till much later it was a very common fetish. But I did have some of the best damage over time on the server, so she was a lot of fun to play. Like Knife Dad and his 1 million knife children. There you go. Good old Knife Dad. Alright, now I've attuned to all 6. There must be more in Rakaza district. That looks like the next. No? It's all one map. Hiragane. And the Ruby Sea, that's where we came from. Alright, well I guess we'll find more Ethernet shards later. I didn't play a whole lot of Stormblood on my first character, so I don't remember it very well. Alright, well, we're not going to get into the Binding Coil of Bahamut soon enough. So instead, let's do just a 50-60 duty roulette, which just puts us in mid-level dungeons. Now, I'm not going to guarantee that all parties will be as nice as that last one. You do still occasionally run into some jerky teenagers. Like, that's just a thing that happens so long as teenagers exist. And for better or for worse, teenagers are very likely to exist as long as other types of humans do. Ooh, look at this. This is the Etherochemical Research Facility. Haven't been here in forever. Alright, this one sinks your item level. May as well be the first time. No game is going to be 100% immune to that. That is probably and unfortunately true. Alright, we have a summoner who is really good at AoEs, so there's actually a reason to be pulling multiple parties. And now I can combine some of my AoEs with theirs. And that should allow us to take down multiple parties very quickly. Oh, as you can see, one of my moves has been replaced with Broil, which is basically just a much stronger but much more expensive version. I can still cast Ruin 2, which is just an instantaneous version of Ruin 1, so, you know, can always do worse. I can't think of a single song in this game that's not at least good. And this game has like a couple hundred different songs. Oh. Don't know why I turned around there. The game just decided I needed to be facing a different direction. Both Scholar and Summoner both come from Arcanists, so we have some moves in common, and that's why you'll see multiples of the same AoE on the floor. This is also a level where it's actually a bit more difficult to manage your MP as my particular class. It's easier before this, and it gets easier afterwards. Now, I know how to do it, it's just the fact that I have to do it. I bet Lelius Fey over here is the person who's brand new to this duty. Oh, whoops. I need to remove slow from the tank. I was too late and it wore off. Oh well. Not a huge honkin' deal.
I will crush you underfoot.
Oh yeah, this is where we're actually fighting officers of the Garlean army.
There is nowhere to run.
Nowhere?
Can you withstand this? Enough.
Also, he gets a voice actor. So, you know. Ooh, no, not getting me.
Enough.
Crap, couple of turrets. Ooh, scary. I think I got out of there. I did not get out of there in time.
In the name of the Emperor.
Could have been worse. Now just dump everyone's damage into him. I'll be fine. Ah, right, this one doesn't have loot. This one's just tombstones. Which is just another currency. Usually for buying high-end gear for whichever storyline you're in at the time. I would like to point out, too, look at this scenery, and then look at how well this game's running. I find that to be incredible. This game is optimized like crazy. Here we go. No, they're after me. Help. And back to healing now that I'm damaging everything on the battlefield. That's the thing, right? I guess the Scholar and Moira play kind of similarly. I throw out things that do a lot of my dirty work for me, and then concentrate on whatever else needs to be done. I guess I have a type. Oh, I don't have chain stratagem at this level. Crap. It can make fights go much, much faster. It causes... basically any attack against it gets an extra 15% to its crit rate. That... oh, I can't even see it now. Wanted to see what that debuff was on my party that's not assunable. Oh, I like that word. That's my new word. Assunable. Oh, it's just bleeding. Okay. You guys have any favorite, like, MMOs, current or past? I think that a lot of them have just been criminally overlooked because of the flood to the market. Played Guild Wars for a while and didn't hate it. I'd heard a lot of good things about Guild Wars. I never got to play it myself. I know Guild Wars 2 is still up and running. Petrification, oh fun. Keeps me from doing things. Because I'm a rock. She's stoned! Oh, poison. Gotta get rid of that. You don't need more damage going on. Oh, now I can't move. Oh, that's so terrible. And just move away from people for the AoE. Help, I'm a rock. Help, I'm a rock. You have two options with poison, which depending on the severity of it, you can either just keep healing through it, or get rid of it with Asuna. Boom! Killing blow. Usually, even if it's crappy poison, I try to Asuna it, because it can get very annoying very quickly. I know Xenon liked Fusion Fall, and I was playing the re-release of that. It's pretty cool that some of these old games are getting those re-releases. Wow, I can't type for shit today. Oh no, they've interrupted my dancing. What a bunch of jerks. This is what we call DDR. You can see why. And that was a community re-release, yeah. Seeing games just die is really sucky. Shouldn't be a thing that can happen. Like with all the old Monster Hunter games, that's kind of a good example, is the old Monster Hunter games. Half of each of those games is completely inaccessible. Because the online portion no longer has any servers, and there's no good server emulator for them. So it's nice when a community has the means to keep the games going. Uh-oh, clones. Honestly, my fairy's the healer. I'm DPS. That's the joke for scholars. Oops, I cast that at exactly the wrong time. There's an interesting quirk with Bio 2 and I guess Bio 1 that didn't used to be there when I was playing my old character. And that bio takes just a second, maybe about half a second to apply. So you gotta get used to stopping your casting after you cast bio before you hit Bane to spread it into an area of effect. Banang, yes. I should just start calling Bane Banang. This is a good idea. And here we are at the boss, which I don't remember at all because I've done this place like twice total.
The champion of Heidelin.
Oh right, this is actually like a really long cutscene. Let's not watch that. That's like major spoilers.
Darkness shall consume light.
Ooh, been a while since I done this one. Obviously. Need to remember where largesse is. Don't stand in those things, by the way. Those start eating your health very quickly.
Know your place.
Oops. Ah, got there.
You have meddled enough.
Nope. That thing you're doing, we're not doing that.
Chaos shall reign forevermore.
Oh gosh. Crap.
You'll not defeat me.
I hate icy floors so much. In any game, but even more so in this one. They're horrible. Not done yet. Still got the second half. One thing that they're introducing in 4.5, other than the Blue Mage, which I'm really excited about, is New Game Plus. Means I could, theoretically, actually go back and restream the entire storyline from A Realm Reborn or Heavensward. Alright, is that a pull apart? I thought that was a other thing. I guess it's a pull apart. Okay. I'll have to remember that. For some reason I thought it was a go toward. Missed me. Don't think there's a way to undo that. Crap, crap, crap. I do not have... I can't do anything. I'm stuck. It's okay, we made it through somehow. Oh, you know what could be fun? After this, we can start doing my Scholar or Summoner job quests. I don't consider those to be major spoilers. They're much more minor plot lines. Oh, don't friggin' put it on me. Gotta spread out. Oh, get on the sphere. Okay. That does not hurt nearly as much as I remember. Alright, in just a second, one of the DPS is going to unleash their limit break. No, I gotta be able to move. Oh, this sucks. No, 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 no. Oh, that hurts. Here we go. Pull through. That was some seriously bad RNG during that fight. Alright, Ren gets my vote. Aw, only one player commendation. How awful. Alright, so with that idea in mind, let's pop over to the next Scholar quest, the Vanishing Act. Oh yeah, I can get new abilities and stuff. Apparently, KoTorii prefers watching. Good to know. Whatever, you're just doing... Okay, that's someone else's conversation. Need to go to the Marauders Guild. Random out of context conversations are like my bread and butter. Or at least my bread. And here's Alka-Zolka. He's pleasantly surprised to see me. Serena, that you should arrive at this very instance, it is as though the gods themselves have sent you. Not a quarter bell ago, I received a missive from Sarito Corito. An emergency has arisen at the Wanderer's Palace, and he has requested our immediate presence. While the exact nature of this trouble remains unclear, we can scarce ignore his call. He awaits us at his usual place. Come, my friend, we haven't a moment to waste. Alright, so now we're going to pop over to the Wanderer's Palace. It's just west of Camp Bronze Lake. which is also where the Heavensward final boss for the Scholar quests was. That was a cool mission. I heartily recommend the storylines for both the Scholar and the Summoner. Most of the job storylines are really good, actually. But those two stand out to me. Maybe that's just because those are what I main. And here's Sorito Carito, who is a Tonberry. By the way, this game actually goes into what Tonberries are, which is really sad. Alcazolca, Serena, thank you both for responding so swiftly to my summons. Forgive my brusqueness, but I believe it best if we cut straight to business. I presume the both of you remember the invisible void scent we defeated not too long ago? That was in the previous expansion. We could scarce forget such a vile creature. Well, you'll be pleased to hear that I've finished studying its remains and believe a cure may be within my grasp. But mayhap cure is a slight exaggeration. What I speak of will only halt the spread of the sickness, not reverse all the effects it's had on our bodies. Cerrito Carito, you are far too modest a man. Truly, what you speak of is incredible, a miracle even. Alas, it is not to be praised for the progress I've made that I asked you here today. That's a confusing sentence. You see, Satoto, one of my comrades who has been assisting me in my experiments, has mysteriously vanished. I'm terribly worried. While the rancor has subsided from most of our hearts, we still retain our Tonberry forms. Were we to wander too far from our home here, any number of organizations would be more than happy to have us hunted down. That is why I'd ask of you, my two most trusted associates, locate and escort Satoto back to the Wanderer's Palace before it's too late. Of course we'll do it. We can hardly ignore the pleas of Nim's foremost scholars. Serena, I have an idea of where we can start. Let us check the Grand Companies to see if a bounty has been placed on Satoto's head. Oh, that's grim. Bounty. Let us hope it has not come to that. The Maelstrom Command is in Limsolominsa. There, we should be able to ask the Hunt Billmaster if any Tonberries have recently been registered. And all the way back to Limsa. The biggest problem I have with this game is probably the loading screens. It's not even that they're particularly long, it's that they're inconsistently long. Alright, the Vanishing Act. There we are, that's right by the Aft Castle. That means the Butt Castle. Oh look! Another friggin' gold seller bot. Report, blacklist, ignore. There comes a point where it seems very strange comes a point where I'm trying to figure out how to say what I'm trying to say. It's very odd to want to pay someone to play the game that you pay to play. I get wanting a shortcut. I do. Just also weird. I don't know. It doesn't seem like a good idea to give money to these sketchy sites that advertise with stuff that looks like that. Treshray has some worrying news concerning Pharaoh Sirius. That's the wrong quest, but I'll accept it anyway because I actually do need to collect this quest. There's a pack of kobolds made a grab for Pharaoh Sirius. The smiths working on the restoration barely made it out alive. This is for another dungeon I haven't done yet, I do believe. They asked him for his opinion. He kept going on and on about some adventure from long past that helped him drive off a siren from the same spot. Yeah, this is the lighthouse hard mode. The hard mode for the lighthouse, which is where you fight Siren. They went with Final Fantasy V Siren too, which is like probably the best version. Good evening to you, sir. How may I be of service to you today? We're looking to save, slay a Tonberry. Yes, slay. A Tonberry, eh? We currently have only one Tonberry marked for the hunt by the name of Marberry. Marberry? If I recall correctly, he was marked for the hunt even before Satoto disappeared. The possibility of there being a mix-up between the two is slim. It seems we must continue our search elsewhere. Serena of the Scions, Alka. I wasn't aware the two of you knew each other. Rashast! Good to see you again. I think I may have forgotten to say so the other day, but I greatly appreciated your help with my training. You know I'm always happy to help. I don't suppose you've come all this way to thank me, however. What brings the two of you here? We're searching for an escaped Tonberry and thought it might have been marked for the hunt. A Tonberry, you say? While I can't promise this is in any way related, a few days back a disturbance broke out in Vesper Bay. They discovered a stowaway hiding in one of the ferries. Indeed. Witnesses say that a small green blur leapt from between the crates and dashed out of sight as soon as the ship pulled into port. While of a similar size and build to a Lalafell or Kikern, they claimed it looked far too alien to be either. Thank you, Rashat. Sounds like you may have just given us our first lead. Serena, after me. We make for Vesper Bay with all haste. I like to do these storyline bits just because people say they like my voice acting. Oh, that's the wrong one. The Vanishing Act. Right, we need to go over to Vesper Bay, which does not have a convenient... You end up running down this path so many times during A Realm Reborn. Sounds like a good time to run down this path, though. Or flutter down it. Sup? This guy is super cute. Like a cross between a lizard, a bat, a duck, a giant eyeball, and the devil. So, you know, all the cutest things. Oh good, for a moment there I thought I'd lost you. Let us begin by questioning this man here. He appears to be one of the men from the ferry Rashat told us about. You're asking if I saw the stowaway? Oh, you bet I did. Now, it wasn't just any stowaway what boarded our ship. Nay, I suspect it was one of them fellas, a gob, without his mask. Either that or it's a rare beastie you can't find around these parts. Not that it matter, mind you. Whatever it was, the brass blades are after it, and you best be sure they'll catch it. Indeed. Thank you for your help, sir. If an organization that large has yet to find the stowaway, we've little chance of succeeding in such an endeavor ourselves. Rather than blindly rushing about, our time would be better spent gathering what information we can regarding the incident. I shall go and speak with my acquaintances in Ul'dah. In the meantime, I ask that you return to Cerrito Carrito and inform him of all we learned. All the way back to Cerrito Carrito. Apparently that's like the entire quest, was just running back and forth. Could do worse. And same mount again. Serena, I can only hope your swift return means you come bearing good news. It's crossed the sea and is likely now in Thanalin, you say. What could have spurred our friend to do such a thing? Cerrito Carrito, forgive my tardiness. I made a small detour to Ul'dah to speak with my associates. Unfortunately, they could tell me nothing else aside from the fact that the brass blades are looking into who the stowaway might have been. I've nevertheless asked that they keep an ear to the ground and report to me should they learn more. Thank you, Alcazolka. If, as you suspect, our friend has fled the vast continent of Aldnar, there is little sense in us conducting any more searches. Judging by the brass blades' inability to find their quarry, we should have no need to worry about the hunt or any other institution capturing Satoto for now. Our best option is to wait until we know more. I'm inclined to agree. Should I come across any new information, I'll send word to you right away. There's a good chance the search will turn into something of a long-term effort, Serena. Just you rest while you still can. And by rest, he means gain a couple more levels. Next Scholar Quest will be available upon reaching level 63. And that's where we start. Carito Carito stares at you with a puzzled glimmer in his yellow eyes. Ah, Serena, what brings you this way? Oh? Seems then, Alcazolca's last missive somehow failed to reach you. He's uncovered information regarding Satoto's possible whereabouts and is currently waiting for you to join him at the Marauders Guild in Limsum Lominsa. You'd best hurry. Which is very odd that it started here instead of there, honestly. Right. Oh, bloody hell. I forget what the teleport button is. Right, there is no teleport hotkey. That's why I couldn't remember what it was. Alright, just a second. I have to BRB, so I will return shortly. Alright, I have returned. Finally, The Rock has come back to SmackDown. Marauders Guild, right. That's where we're headed next. Figure I will at least finish this quest and maybe do one more dungeon afterwards. But it is not a busy night. So I may not go all the way till 11. Welcome, my friend. My contacts have but recently caught wind of a rumor that the Brass Blades are once again on the move. It seems they've spotted a creature matching the description of the Vesper Bay stowaway. Luckily for us, their quarry has fled into the Black Shroud, an area that is out of our jurisdiction. While there is still much we do not know, at least we now have an idea of where to begin. Let us immediately depart for Camp Tranquil. Alright, oh, what's this? Oh no, never mind, that's just the Killinarians Guild. I should probably unlock all the classes, but I don't wanna. The crafting is so boring for me. Some people really like it. Some people actually really like the crafting in this game. I just find it boring and grindy. And definitely the low point of the whole thing. Alright, so didn't Camp Tranquil? Yes, it does. It has its own ether shard. Wow, I just realized I have over 10.1 million gil. I should show you around the house, too. I haven't decorated it at all. It belonged to my dad, the previous owner of the free company. So it's been decorated by him. And he's not a terrible decorator, but it's not to my taste. As you may well already know, the only way to reach the Black Shroud from Thanalan is to pass through this area. That means whoever, or whatever, the Brass Blades were pursuing entered the forests from here. If our hunch is correct and Setoto is in there, we best hurry. A Tonberry who has seen little of the outside world would likely not last more than a few days on their own. To cover more ground in less time, I suggest we split up. I shall take to the north, while you scar to the south. Once we're done, let us meet back here. Alright. Got to... Oh, well that's like right there. I need to repair stuff. I think I did. Yep. No, that's... Alright, repair. There we go. So what are a Tonberry now? Evil human souls inhabiting murdered dolls. No, actually. They are Lalafell, who have a sickness that called the Rancor. At least that's what they're calling it. Which basically makes their mind... I don't want to say rot, because their minds can come back. But it infects their minds and makes them violent and causes this tumorous growth all over their body. It's really, really sad stuff. Here we are. Oh, I could have taken the quicker way, huh? Oh well. Lalafell being the little tiny people. Try as you might, you do not catch sight of Setoto or anything resembling the missing Tonberry. Alright. Next location. Ain't nothing here gonna fuck with me. Also, I'm almost level 70 now. Nice. Try as you might, you do not catch sight of Satoto or anything resembling the missing Tomberry. And off to the east now. I thought about changing the tag, 5-letter thing right here for the free company to is gay. But I'm afraid of getting reported and having to explain it to customer service. You spy a fallen figure, small of stature and green of skin. It's surrounded by poachers. I'd say you'd probably get caught by some sort of algorithm. That's what I worry about. People seeing and even using words like gay as slurs. Oh, that's definitely a Tomberry. Even got its knife. It looks like we struck gold. If we skin and sell this thing, we're guaranteed a fortune. 7 hells, don't go celebrating just yet. We've got to kill it first. The hide's so thick it broke me bloody knife. People you get to beat up in Final Fantasy XIV. Nazis, poachers, general assholes, religious fanatics. What do you use it? Oh, now I just look threatening, even though this behemoth can't actually fight. That's not what I meant to do. What do you use a Tonberry hide for? A Tonberry skin boots, I guess? I have no idea. What? Why is this small bro attacking? Dude, not friggin' cool. You are not a high enough level to get involved in this. Trust me, you don't want to be here or that will happen. Not even worth any experience. Alright, I'm just gonna beat this guy to death with my book. Ugh, Father, is this where it all ends? The Toto appears injured. Quickly cast lustrate upon her that she might be healed. Oh, that's physic. Supposed to use a more powerful one. Thank you, madam. You saved my life. That spell, you wield Nimian magics. Are you perchance Serena, the adventurer in possession of a soul crystal? Sarito Carito often spoke of you. Thank the gods you're safe. After my search of the northern reaches turned up nothing, I returned to Camp Tranquil to wait for you. When you didn't appear, I began to grow worried and came looking for you. It's a good thing I did, too. Bloody poachers. Oh, but how rude of me. I nearly forgot to introduce myself. Hello, Satoto. I am Alcazolka, Royal Marine and Marauder. My friend, Serena Mox, and I have been searching for you. My lady, if I may be so bold as to say so, your radiance is blinding. Serene, isn't she beautiful? I mean, she is pretty cute. What? Am I seriously doing this? She? How do you know? Haha. It's obvious, isn't it? Her glowing skin, her comely face, she is clearly a lovely young woman. Come on now. Now, Satoto, what prompted you to leave Bronze Lake so abruptly? As you're likely already aware, Sarito Kurito saved us. While on the outside we remain as Tonberries, he has purged our hearts of the rancor. Hi, B. It's good to see you. The gender assumption also makes me sad, Randy, especially since they didn't allow me to just say, oh, duh. And that's why I left. There's something I must take care of now that my mind is once again my own. I agree, video games are illegal. And what, pray tell, is that? Over 1,500 years ago, back when Nim was still at its peak, my father was a scholar and a Royal Marine. He was dispatched upon a secret and incredibly dangerous mission to infiltrate Amdapur. The day he left was the last time I ever saw him. I suspect the reason he never returned was because he was discovered and apprehended by the Amdapuri. And so you came here, to the place the ancient nation once stood. You do realize that regardless of whether he survived or not, your father, I know. I'm under no illusions that he might still be alive. Even if he somehow escaped Amdapur, unlike those of us sealed in the tower, the passage of time would have eventually robbed him of his life. We do in fact live in the version of the future where Doom resulted in video games being banned. I think you're right. I'm only looking to find something that reminds me of him. A keepsake, if you will. It sounds as though you loved your father a great deal. Very well. If this means that much to you, we, the Royal Marines, shall volunteer to aid you in your search. Right, Serena? The two of you would really do that for me? Oh, thank you. Thank you so very much. Now, let us return to Camp Tranquil. There, we can discuss how to proceed. Which is why I'll be watching Richard Nixon's greatest speeches instead of playing Quake tonight, because Richard Nixon is far more wholesome. There's no such thing as Quake, because Doom got it banned. Before we begin searching for a memento of Satoto's father in earnest, I must go to Bronze Lake to inform Sarito Kurito that we found his dear comrade and that she is safe. Speaking of which... Satoto, you must promise me you will never again do anything so reckless as wandering a foreign land alone. Aw, he's got a crush. The realm is a dangerous place, doubly so for someone with your affliction. Very well. If it really means that much to you, I shall make that promise. Good. That's all I ask. Serena, I asked you to look after Satoto and see that she gets some rest, and that she might recuperate from her ordeal. We shall make for the Lost City upon her full recovery. Which will happen after you gain a couple of levels. And there's not a lot of, like, ability gaining in this last expansion. I think maybe there's only 1 or 2 abilities you get per job in this one. Not like game-changing stuff like you get in Heavensward. That makes sense, B. I totally understand. exactly what this bit you're doing is. Satoto, you appear to be doing much better. Even your complexion has returned to normal. Oh yeah, the next expansion's coming out early next year. Indeed, I too noticed that my skin once again glows a healthy shade of green. Serena, now that Satoto has recovered, our search can begin. Ere we depart, let us quickly review what we know. Also, the last major content patch was only a couple weeks ago. Serena, now that Satoto... Okay, I already read that. Satoto's father was a scholar in the Royal Marines who had been dispatched on a mission to infiltrate Amdapur. He was to return with a cure to the disease that threatened to engulf Nim, only he never did. Like, it's a really good game with a really loyal fan base, so it makes sense for them to keep adding to it. Yes, I am almost certain he was caught, captured, and killed by the Amdapuri. Even if that was not the case, after 1500 years, we can safely assume he's no longer alive. I hold out hope, however, that some of his belongings remain. The Amdapuri were extremely dedicated to expanding their knowledge of healing magic. Anything in a scholar's possession would have been of incredible value to them, and had your father been captured, they would have confiscated all he had. He would then likely have been transported to a remote and secure location for interrogation, which means... our chances of finding anything that once again belonged to him will be highest in Amdapur Keep. Oh, Alka, not only are you terribly kind, but you are keen of mind as well. Ahem, thank you. Now, in the final years of the War of the Magi, Amdapur was demolished by the Machi. It was overrun with a myriad of void-sent beasts that linger to this day. As we forge forward, you must be sure to keep your wits about you. Amdapur Keep is fraught with dangers, both known and unknown. I've already been through it like 500, 600, 700 times. I know how to do Amdapur Keep, good lord. Alright, now we're gonna ride on up to Amdapur. I wonder if it's gonna be like a single-player version of Amdapur? Or if it's gonna have me go through it with a party. Heck yeah, quest time. But yeah, if you want to get into an MMORPG that still has, you know, an active community and active developers, this is one of your best bets. And look how well it runs. That's crazy. We finally made it, Serena. If you're ready, please lead the way. And... yep, single-player version. That's interesting. Never done this one before. First time here, y'all. The rest of my party consists of NPCs. The Presence Chamber. From here we must tread with caution. We know not what dangers lurk in the shadows. Whatever happens, I shall not leave this place without something to remember my father by. Satoto just runs up and starts stabbing it. Does this game have good AI or bad AI? I mean, it has MMO AI. A lot of the bosses have complex patterns. but a good chunk of the game is monsters that run straight at you and attack in a fairly simple loop. It's nothing. Most of the AI is nothing to write home about, is what I'm saying, but it's certainly not something that's going to screw you over and over again. Yes, it's Mo AI. Nothing in this bag looks as though it could have belonged to him. Well, let's beat up some more stuff then. I really love single-player story dungeon stuff like this. It lets you get a better look at a lot of stuff that you wouldn't normally. Make sure he's healing after each fight. Good, he is. That is an amazing pun. I played Dark Cloud 1 and 2 absolutely to death. I do not remember Mo AI. Demonic Rose is the name of this class of Marlboro. All the pages are in tatters. Perhaps we'll have better luck with the next one we find. Just because you were talking about single-player story dungeons. Oh, yeah. Also, garbage mail clock. Hell yes, garbage mail clock. That's the best invention. The invention system was specifically Dark Cloud 2, I believe, right? Let's beat it to death with our book again. Oh, fine. We'll use a spell. No fun. That's how inventing works in real life, though. I just want everyone to know that. Oh, I should probably switch fairies out to the fairy who actually has some offensive capability. I don't need to be constantly healing in here. This one can cast silence among a whole bunch of other stuff. He can... Asuna. He can cast silence. He can heal. And she can cast haste. So all good stuff. She does buffs and debuffs, while the other fairy is just a healer. I say just, but she's a very effective healer. The interrogation of the Nimian spy we apprehended is scheduled to soon take place at the Moot Hall. The healing powers his people wield are not like those of white magic. Regardless of what it takes, we must find a way to determine the mysterious source of his power. We suspect his robes are crucial to his spellcasting. They will no doubt hold some of the answers. For now, however, we will be sealing them away in one of our mana idols. Serena, this log, I think it's about my father. Then we must begin dismantling the mana idols. One of them might be carrying Satoto's father's things. Load stool. What a load. Yeah, Dark Cloud, both games are really good. Though I did have a lot of trouble with Speeda. I never ever got good at that. The ball always just seemed to go in weird random directions. No, you're not allowed to take damage. Yeah, that's the space golf. Alright. Time to dismantle some idols. Oh. Oh, of course. Of course they're living things. Of course they're giant killer robots. Here I was expecting just to bust down some statues. Never that easy, is it? Think that'd work. Partying with NPCs is a pain in the ass because your abilities don't always work on them. Specifically AoEs, things that don't specifically target them, and not to work. I believe as Summoner I have Ruin 4. Basically, whenever my pets do certain actions, it upgrades Ruin 2 into Ruin 4, which is just insanely powerful. I believe it's same strength as Ruin 3, but it's instantaneous, just like Ruin 2 is the same strength as Ruin 1, but instantaneous. Oh, no luck so far inside these mana idols. I'm gonna have to actually start upgrading my gear soon. So far I seem to be fine, but right now I'm on level 60 gear, and I'm on a level 65 quest. Chest is full to the brim with treasure! No, this isn't what we're looking for. Let's leave it. Aw, I could be full to the brim with riches, though. This is a spot where a lot of tanks screw up. There's like idols right here that cause some serious damage if you stand in their AoEs, and tanks will just stand in it. It's very frustrating. The 1 out of 10 times that I get a tank who doesn't stand in the AoE, it's such a blessing. The whole hallway goes by in a matter of like 2 minutes instead of 10. Oh, this doesn't look great. I think this fella, Mana Snatcher, I think he might have taken some of these. Why are there so many broken mana? Great gods, the beast over there! He spotted us! We've no choice but to fight him! Rude. Over under on her dad being a mana beast. Does seem likely, doesn't it? Oops, that's not the spell I was supposed to use on her. No, stop that. Jeez, this thing does a ton of damage. Fortunately, Alka-Zolka has a lot of HP. Not to be confused with Alka-Seltzer, which has a lot of fizz. Whoops. Oh. Serena and Selena together at last. Why are you coming over here, dude? That was weird. Is that a coffer? This thing must have been feeding on the mana idols. I mean, it is a mana eater, right? Satoto, Serena, perhaps this is it? Look, it's a Nemean grimoire. I recognize this. It's my father's. These are his robes. They're from the day he left. All of it's been so perfectly preserved. It's almost as though he were wearing them but yesterday. Oh? What's this? Is that his soul crystal? Yes. And within slumbers the fairy that has been with my family for generations. I thought I'd lost nearly everyone to that godforsaken war, the terrible disease that followed, yet, in spite of all odds, here she is. The last of my family sitting right in the palm of my hand. I'd give anything to see her again. Lilac. Lilac, please answer me. That's a lot of dark crystal energy. Satoto, what happened? Wake up! Serena, something's wrong. She's not responding. We must get her back to Camp Tranquil immediately. Serena, you're a Royal Marine and an outstanding scholar. Besides, surely you can diagnose what's wrong with her. I guess so. Toto has no external injuries, and both her breathing and pulse are stable. Despite this, she appears to have slipped into a coma from which she will not wake anytime soon. She won't be waking anytime soon? No, that can't be! What in the seven hells happened back there? Hi, I'm Random Fella. Troubled civilians in need of a helping hand, I presume. Might the Wood Whalers be of assistance? Ah, well, if it isn't the adventurer! What brings you back to this neck of the woods? Serena, is this another This is another one of your friends, I take it. So, in essence, a botched invocation rendered this thing unconscious. The solution to that's simple enough. Just leave it there to rest till it wakes up. Thing? How dare you speak of Satoto in such a callous manner? And to think that you would suggest that we leave this beautiful young lady out here in the open until she wakes up. You must be mad. Young lady? You're quite sure that's what she is? My apologies. I shall carry the young girl inside and see if she's given a proper place to rest. But before that, this coat of green mucus isn't contagious, is it? Green mucus? That's not green mucus. Never mind. No, it's not contagious. You should be fine. Thank you for your help, sir. It's greatly appreciated. I think they could stand to quit playing the prejudice for laughs. At least for now, we can rest easy knowing that Satoto is safe, or at least as she can be, given the circumstances. All should be in order. I've seen to it that your friend be given a comfortable bed to rest in until she recovers. Serena, I shall return to the Bronze Lake camp and inform Sarito Kurito of all that's happened. Perhaps he'll be able to shed light on what's wrong with Satoto. In the meantime, I should ask that you remain near on hand and keep an eye on her. Don't worry, I shouldn't be away too long. Sure, I'll totally remain nearby. Even though I have to go out and gain 2 levels before he'll return. I mean, I don't have to go out and gain 2 levels, but normally I would. And just check if there's a skill gain for this. There's still not. Alright, well, to close out the night, I'm just going to do another dungeon. Let's see, what's a good one? Amal, Belsar, Great Google Library, Zelfatol. Saint Moshen's Arboretum. The Fractal Continuum. Oh, that one was fun. The Never Reap. The ARF. Just did the ARF. Could actually just do the Siren Song C again. That's the latest one. Let's see if we can get into it quickly. Not instantaneously. Oh! Almost, though. I accidentally tanked this one last time. I thought I was going in as DPS, and then I accidentally was a Dark Knight. Oh no! Squidlets! You're a squid now. You're a kid now. Alright, let's switch out for the healer fairy. There we go. Tanks got their stance on. Excellent. As you can see, this is a much more mellow soundtrack than some of the others. And we've got a bunch of NPCs with us as well, although that doesn't last indefinitely. Hooray! And we lost someone. Tank doesn't give a fuck. Tank's just gonna do this whole thing. Alright. Not gonna actually... There we go. Here we go. I can tell this is gonna be a pain. A lot of damage that tank is taking. More than I would think normal here. Might be a little under geared, but their HP looks okay, so. And well, I'm a great healer, so we'll still get through it. Fortunately, there's not a ton of points in this dungeon where they can run ahead and pull too many things for this particular party composition. So they can absolutely just run out of the way of my buffs. That is definitely a thing that they can do. Right, stay close. And stack. Aw, that's silly. Oh, whoops, I messed that up. Okay, I did not entirely mess that up. Oh, I'm really having to split my heals now. That's fine. Oh yeah, I got this. I'm being a bit complainy with this party simply because my last two were so good. Oh no. It snapped at me. I think we made it. Not quite. Alright. We still made it through the fight, though. And now we're in, like, the actual ship graveyard from Final Fantasy V. Which, if you must know, I think is cool as shit. Alright, I'm glad you're back, B. We're in the middle of a really cool dungeon that's a callback to Final Fantasy V. Had to get a good dramatic shot in there. I don't know what Kemps or Puapua are. Are they rays? Are they octopodes? The best of both. Ray-topodes. While I'm doing this, I'm also going to roll on these treasures, because I can multitask. Kemps is a speedrunner I watched, and he's going to be doing a co-op run with his husband. Cool. Oppo is Power Up with Pride Winter. It's a charity speedrunning event. Okay. That's pretty rad. Oh, apparently I already have one of these. Wow, the last healer I did this with made this part look really, really hard. I kind of feel bad for giving them the benefit of the doubt. I may try tuning into that. Right now, though, I just gotta finish up this dungeon. Oh yeah, this fella, the Gubna. This one's pretty simple. I think it's just DDR at worst. Yeah, it's DDR in and out. All fixed. Alright, just had to check on that. Make sure I wasn't the one holding up the loot line. Oh yeah, absolutely gorgeous. Ah, shit. This shit. Everyone find a safe zone and quick. Or the tank can just screw me over. Alright. The longer you stand in that, the worse your magic vulnerability gets. So obviously you don't want to stand in it very long unless you're that guy. Now I'm restoring my MP. Wow, Zala, Sonya Zala there. Just took 5 stacks of it. Tank got out of the way this time. Swift cast, res. Because I'm a goddamn professional. No problem. See how smoothly I fixed that? Pretty happy with that. Alright, pull both parties, that's fine. Doesn't actually help anything, but it's fine. No, don't aim them at me, what are you doing? Motherfucker. Oh, we tried. I don't feel like that was my fault. I just don't think he should have pulled both of those parties at once. Don't run out of the range. You are lucky that reached you. Oh my god, he's gonna do it again. Oh my god, why is he doing it again? Just gonna have to mash. He's not even holding the aggro from the DPS. And there's one of them on me. Oh my god. This tank. Oh my god. Well. It is physically impossible to keep up with the amount of damage he was incurring. There, I'll take some of the responsibility. Regardless, I think I pulled us through this time. I don't know why he pulled both parties both times. He saw that it didn't work the first time. Probably gonna go into Lurk when the run starts. That's fine. We'll see you later. Yes, we know to kill the Warden. At least I hope so. That crown next to the name is supposed to mean that they know what they're doing, and this tank doesn't seem to, so it really worries me that they'll just hand that crown out to anyone. Oh, we made it. I do not know what people are thinking sometimes. Maybe they're just not used to tanking. That's possible, I guess. Definitely one where you have to heal with the fairy constantly. Well, just leave it at that. Or you can do it one party at a time and not have a bunch of aggro leak off onto you. See, that's the problem, is the healer always is the one who takes the blame, regardless of whose fault it actually is. Whoops. Oops, was I not healing you? Fine, I'm caught up now. Thank you, B, for 4 months of support in the land of the rising sun. 4-month subiversary. Always appreciate that. So yeah, I tanked this area the first time with a not very good healer, and I got through that area. All you have to do is not try and pull both parties. There's just too much going on, especially if you don't know how to hold aggro. I'm just bitching now. I'm playing 10 Final Fantasies more than they are. Alright, this one's fairly easy. It's got an interesting thing where she casts 2 different spells. One makes you run forward and the other makes you run backwards. And you gotta try to not land in the AoEs. Also, super pretty. I adore this design. Oh, right. Jeez. Stormblood boss music is very different. It's got that distinctly Japanese tune that comes with Stormblood's and Stormblood's music in general. I swear this tank has to be under-geared. He's just taking so much damage where I didn't when I did this as Dark Knight. Because you'd expect them to have a lot less HP if they're under gear, and that's throwing me off. Aw yeah, limit break. my damage. Oh, crap. Wrong way. That's fine. Not that big a deal. Man, that does a lot of damage fast, though. If you don't get out of there, you're screwed. Boom! Final blow on me. Ghost Baroque de Gen. I don't... Oh, it's a Red Mage rep here. I should really get back into Red Mage at some point. It's a lot of fun. Alright, Sonya for not being a condescending jerk and also not being a crappy tank. Yeah, almost all the boss fights look incredible. And sound incredible. This is just... It's just a really, really good game. Okay, so it's past 11. I actually went the whole time, which I wasn't expecting to. Let me zoom in real close here. Thank you, everyone, for coming. If you want to support the stream, best way to do that is to follow, watch, tell your friends, and if you want to support the stream monetarily, subscribe or cheer with bits. Those are both very much appreciated, though never necessary, of course. And the schedule for the next week is looking pretty full, with tomorrow being Katie playing For the King. If you want to be a character in the party in For the King, please show up early so that she can add you. Saturday will be... Saturday morning, there we go, will be Christy playing more Magic the Gathering Arena. Sunday will be Sue finishing up Styx Master of Shadows. Finally at the end of that one. Monday will be Christy playing A Boy and His Blob. Right. I keep forgetting that one because I can't believe it actually got a PC release. I really thought it would just languish on the Wii forever and no one would remember it, but I'm very glad it's there because it's a really good game. It's the third Boy and His Blob game. It's sort of a retelling of the first one, with a much softer atmosphere and more of a level-based design instead of a giant open world. Blob! Exactly. Tuesday will be Andrea. She just finished Deadlight. She might play more ukulele. She may move on to something else. Don't know yet. Wednesday's our community day. And Thursday is back around to me, probably with more LEGO Dimensions, unless I'm feeling really crappy again. If you want to join me here in Final Fantasy XIV, please join Diabolos. That is Diabolos. That's the name of my world server. And send a request to join the free company LGBTQIA plus exclamation point. Right now I'm the only one in this free company and could really, really use some, well, company. So Thanks again, everyone, for coming. I've been Alice. This has been Final Fantasy XIV and Not a Game Awards reaction stream, and I'll see you next time. Good night.